Hey YouTube, welcome back to episode 4 of Trade to the Top, and today we're going to talk about ones to watch trading and how you can utilize that on any budget and really at any time throughout the year. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to smash that like button and let's get into it. Alright, as usual with these videos, we're going to start with a really quick account overview. You guys like to see where I'm at. So we're at 12.7 about million transfer profit, and I'm on around like 6.5 to 7 million coins right now. I haven't been trading too much recently, honestly. I've been focusing my time and attention on other things, but we'll get back into it here quickly. Today I want to talk about ones to watch trading, and I want to talk about it because they're now out of packs and they're seeing really consistent movements in the market. And I'll explain why they happen and which cards I like the most, and things you can keep an eye on, and I'll even give you some very specific investments later in the video. I'm going to head over to Flipin here, and we're going to go to the ones to watch team, and let's look it over and see who we like. So this is this year's ones to watch team, and I think they did really good choosing the players. The only one that hasn't been doing too great, even with his gold card or ones to watch, is Rodri. And I mean that in terms of, I know Maguire isn't crazy hyped or anything like that as well, but Rodri in particular actually has a lot less hype than I thought he would, which surprises me. Other than that, Hazard's bounced around a lot. People already thought he had potential of getting a team of the week, so he actually went up to 950k when people thought he had that potential. And it was kind of funny to see because it was actually this last Wednesday, people thought he might get a team of the week, so they bought him up, right? Because they were expecting him to get an inform card, and that card would raise in value his ones to watch because it was going to get a +1 upgrade along with the inform. But what happened was he didn't get in. And when he didn't get in, people panic sold. They all said, oh my gosh, this isn't going to work. And they all sold their Hazard. So Hazard actually went down to around 760,000, 770,000. So you guys got to look for those trends too, because sometimes when it doesn't work out, people all flood the market with their cards, and you can actually pick it up at the bottom. And that actually happened this week as well with Sarabia. Sarabia had a great performance. He, in my opinion, should have actually been in Team of the Week. I think he had a goal and 2 assists, if not reverse, so 2 goals and an assist. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know that he had 3 goal contributions, and I know that he had a great performance, and I expected him to get Team of the Week just as well as many others did. So his ones to watch, we'll click on it here. I actually want to show you the specifics. I hope Fitbin has it tracked pretty well. I know they can't keep up to date fully with the cards, but I'll explain it as well when we talk about it. So Sarabia could be a decent card. The League One is missing a lot of links, so he's good for links with Neymar and Mbappe. And let's look at his daily graph here. And yeah, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This represents it really well. Here he had a good performance, okay? So he started performing really well, and then he went up to 36,000 coins at his peak. That's because people thought he would get in Team of the Week. He rose from around 18 to 20,000 to 36,000 coins. So that's almost double your coins on this card if you had him. That would have been the time to sell, because even if he got an inform, looking at this card and looking at his value, I don't see this card sustaining 35k or much higher than that. So I would always sell into the hype if your card has a good performance, either when Team of the Week predictions start coming out on Monday and Tuesday, or right after the game. Those are the 2 optimal times to sell ones to watch, in my opinion. As I was saying with Hazard, he didn't get Team of the Week here, and look at his crash. All the way back down to 17,000, 16,000 coins. That's what you want to look for, because now, if Sarabia has a good performance again, you know he's pretty much going to go to 30,000 coins. So it might be worth stocking one in your club, kind of like a discard inform, but even with maybe quicker and more returns. So I would highly recommend looking at these ones to watches, especially after they have a bad performance, because you can see right away here that if people think he's going to get a Team of the Week after a good performance, he has potential to nearly double or double in price. So I would totally throw Sarabia in your club at current prices. Alright, I hop back over to the ones to watch page. I want to look at a few other cards here. Icardi looks really good too. If he gets an inform, I could see him, or a good performance, I could see him going 50k. Lukaku, he just had this performance. Belgium played San Marino, and Lukaku had a good performance. I know he scored at least 1. And people are anticipating that he might get an inform. Because of the team they played and the performance of the team as a whole, I'm not putting too much value and emphasis on that, but I want to show you the rise in Lukaku so you can see how people think and see the price potential there. This shows it pretty well. Basically, Lukaku went from around 60k to 75k. I think at a peak price, you could have sold him at 80k or 85k as well. right after he was scoring those goals. If he starts getting in Team of the Week predictions on Monday or Tuesday and people think he's going to be in, watch this card's price, because I think he could go higher. Even on PS4, he could go 80, 85 if people think he's going to get in. If he's not seen in many predictions, he'll probably sustain value. And then if it's leaked or something like that, you'll see him skyrocket in price that Wednesday morning when the Team of the Week is announced. All right, back to the homepage. We're going to look over a few more specific cards today. Griezmann is one of those high budget cards that I wouldn't really mess around with. The high budget ones, because you lose so much tax, isn't really worth trading off their fluctuations. It's more fun to trade with them if they actually score. You generally have some time to get in if you're watching the game live or have some kind of score update app. You would be good there. And then defenders are the other look. Defenders don't have as much hype value as attackers, because if an attacker scores, their price is going up. It's that easy. It's that simple. Sometimes even with an assist, you'll see a price boost. But defenders, that's going to be a little bit harder for. So personally, I don't invest very much in defenders, but it's a really safe look. And if they're under what their current or previous market price has been, it can be a good investment. So I think this is the case with De Ligt here. Let's take a quick peek. I'm pretty sure he's been up to around 55K on PS. So this tells me that after the last Netherlands performance, he dropped in price some, and he could be okay to pick up if you want a really safe, low-risk investment. Looking at his graph here, yep, it did look like he hit 54, maybe 55K. And he dropped down to 49. So that tells me that, 46 actually, which is really low. So that tells me that after the game for Holland, they didn't perform too well. He didn't do anything special, that he was sold off pretty heavily. If you could have got him at 46K during that drop-off, you're already in profit. And then on top of that, if you simply want to wait to the hype of the next match, or if he scores or something like that, you're looking at 150% of your coins. I bet if De Ligt got a header goal or something like that, this card would see 75K no problem. So again, if you're on a huge budget, if you have millions of coins, that's something to look at, just storing one in your club after a bad performance. Back to the home page here. I want to talk about two of my favorites from this team here, and Ben Yedder is definitely one of them. Ben Yedder is playing pretty well for Monaco. He starts a lot of games, and he has a ton of hype before the game. So this card is easy to trade with, because what you can actually do with Ben Yedder is you can trade with him, but you don't need him to perform well. What I suggest doing with cards like Ben Yedder and Felix, who I'll talk about in just a second, I recommend getting these cards after a game where they don't perform great, or they don't get a goal or an assist, and they drop in value. So if Ben Yedder drops in value really low, which for him is around like 105 to 110, it's worth a pickup, because for his next game and before France or Monaco plays again, he's going to get hyped up, and he's going to see a boost in the pregame hype where you could sell for profit already. So as you see for Ben Yedder, he's been up to 121, down to 112, up to 130, and now he's down to 120 again. So there's a lot of fluctuation there, and he hasn't even had a Team of the Week worthy performance. So we know that it's just about hype, and I'd highly recommend getting him after bad performances and selling into the hype of the next game. The other card I really like doing that with is actually Felix. Felix is huge. He's seeing really consistent fluctuations of around 20K. And at his budget, that leaves a ton of room for profit. If you're going to sell him at, say, 160K and you bought him for 135K, that's nearly 20K profit on each card. So that's a ton. Felix is one I recommend highly getting after poor performances and selling into the hype of Atletico games or Portugal games. So you'll see here, his graph is pretty sporadic. He goes all the way down to 139, bounced back up. I know he was selling at like 155 before the game, and then he dropped back down to 135. So if you're seeing a fluctuation of 155 and 135, buy after that bad performance, sell into the hype of the next game, or if you're a risk taker and you like gambling or you think he's going to have a good performance for some reason, you can hold him, because if he scores, I bet this Felix sees 200K plus because of his hype. The last thing I want to mention with ones to watch trading is simply that you don't have to buy into the hype. You can actually buy generally after a good performance as well. And this week is a perfect scenario of that. And I'll describe something we did in Discord and something that we hope pays out pretty good. Lozano actually had a pretty good performance for Mexico. He had, I believe, 2 goals and assists, or 1 goal and 2 assists. Again, I don't follow the games that closely, but I know he had a good performance, and people are debating him for Team of the Week. And if he gets a Team of the Week, this card might go up to like 70K in value, for example. Right now, he's only up to about 54K because he also missed a penalty in the game, and he could have played better, but statistically and face stats look pretty good on the performance. So it's kind of a toss-up if he's going to get in, but we bought him last night at 49K, and now that people are starting to realize, like, oh, Lozano might get a team of the week. They're buying into him, and we're already in profit if we sell because people are slowly buying into that card. If team of the week predictions start coming out on Twitter or Footbin on Monday or Tuesday, and he's in a lot of them, I would expect this card to reach 60K, and you can check back in on that and let me know what he reaches. Again, you can do this kind of trading with any card. I recommend getting them after a bad performance and selling in the hype of their next game. You can also hold through games and hope for a really good performance. In that case, you're kind of using them like a investment or more of like a discard in form because you're basically just waiting on that one good performance for them to sell off. If you know they have a high likelihood of that, I don't hate the idea. So cards like Lukaku or cards like Lozano or Sarabia or Haller, who are going to get pretty good performances throughout the year, I don't mind just throwing one in your club if you're on a high budget. But if you're not on a high budget, I recommend getting them after a bad performance and selling in the hype. So this basically covers how I use Ones to Watch trading. It shows you my few favorite examples with Yedder, Felix, and then what's kind of happening right now with Lozano, getting them after the game. I highly recommend trying it out. You can even do this on the low budget cards like Joelinton and Maguire. For some reason, even Maguire sells in the hype of Man U games. So it's kind of a funny thing to watch, and just watch those cards live and how they move. I hope this video helped you today, and I hope to see you back for next episode. Make sure to subscribe below if you haven't already. Peace.